Okay, Fortnite for Seniors 101 getting started. Now, I'd just like to point out here that I'm not a gamer. I'm a senior, which is hence the title Fortnite for Seniors, which is kind of an oxymoron because, let's face it, Fortnite is for kids. You know, you got to be quick, you got to be doing 30 things at the same time. Kids are just better at this stuff. So, having said all that, I will say it's a really good game. It's like I haven't played any games. I'm not a gamer. I haven't played any games for like 20 years. But I've been looking for a game. I like games. I used to play games on my 386 and my 486. Games like Doom and Ultima Underworld, and I had an Atari and played Space Invaders and a Nintendo and played Mario Brothers and all that stuff. But in the last 20 years ago, I just haven't seen a game that I want to play until I saw some people playing Fortnite on YouTube. I gotta tell you, I'm coming up close to 500 games. I'm still crappy at it, can't play it, but it's a really good game. Okay, now really what you want to talk about first, before you do anything, are the system requirements. Now the reason I say this is because I first seen this game a couple weeks ago. And I had a dual core Pentium with onboard graphics. If you don't know what that means, all I can tell you is a really slow graphic card. Graphics setup. It's not good for games. The game installed okay, but once I got to playing, I just couldn't play the game at all. Not even a little bit. So you see, here's your minimum requirements. They want you to have an Intel 3 processor, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and Intel high definition 4000 video. That's the minimum they say you can get by. Now, it's like you don't need the exact thing what they say. See, here's recommended. You don't need to go out and get an i5 with a GTX 660 or an AMD Radeon HD 70 or equivalent DX11. You just need a card that's equivalent to this stuff or better. Well, I just recently purchased a computer that has an i5, better than the recommended. It runs at 3 gigahertz. Recommended it's only 2.8. Minimum's 2.4 on an i3. So this computer should run Fortnite as good as any computer. So it has a new, instead of the NVIDIA GTX 660, it has an NVIDIA GTX 1060 with 3 gigabytes of VRAM instead of 2 gigabytes of VRAM, which makes it better. So enough said about the system requirements. If you don't know about any of this stuff, download the game and see if it runs. Go to Google, put in Fortnite. It'll show you how to download it. It's free. All the games that I've downloaded it to, it ran. Although a couple of the games, you couldn't play the game after you got it installed because the computer just wasn't fast enough. But it's like this computer I got runs it as far as I know, as good as anything. So having said all that, you need to make sure about these system requirements. And the best way to do that, I think, is just download the game and see how it runs. Okay, once you get it all downloaded, and you open an account with another username and another password to remember, the seniors write it down. I keep mine on a USB stick that I can plug and unplug so people can't get to the passwords real easy. But there's no way I'm going to remember 500 usernames and passwords, so I do that for that. Now, the first thing you're going to run into is this, and this is not the game. This is the Epic Launcher. Okay, now you're going to need this, and you're going to need to remember where it's at, because from time to time your game's going to need to be updated. And you'll need to run this. And here where it says running, I have it running to make this video easier. It'll say update, and you click it and it'll update. So you need this launcher to update your programs, to update Fortnite. Because if you don't have it, you'll load the game will say update required, and the only thing you can select is okay, and then the game just stops. It tells you reload the game to update it. But if you just run the game again, it'll just tell you the same thing again. So you need that launcher to update your game. So you want to remember that where that's at. Okay, now once you get going, you'll be here. This is the lobby. You have a few things you can select and look at here, but the main thing we're going to be concerned with right now is this hamburger menu. And we're going to hit the gear or the settings. Now these are all your settings. Now these load in, as far as I know, fairly well. If your system won't handle, oftentimes you'll come to this and you'll see maybe this is on medium or something because your computer's not all that fast. You might, if it doesn't run real well, you might be able to come in here and fix it, but I really don't know. You see how many, it's like I'm running more frames per second on this computer than I can see, and I have it set to show the frames per second here. So it's like these are all your settings. Okay, mouse sensitivity, I noticed the better players have it way down here. They want their mouse really sensitive. And it's like these are your settings, your sprint by default is on, toggle default is on. So it's like the most important one really that you're going to want to look at when you start the game is this one. And that's because it shows you which keys do what. Now this WASD for up, down, left, and right is pretty standard. And as a matter of fact, if you go to Walmart's website and look at game keyboards, those keys are often different. So they'll stand out. Because most games, that's the keys that you do that with. Now here, it shows you the bindings. You can make it any key you want here. You can change it. I left all this stuff to default to see how it goes. Here's your weapon slots and your walls and stuff like that. Now the only thing I really want to point out here is I have T set to push to talk. Now if we go up here to these settings, I have push to talk on. Now I need to press the T key to talk. That's what press to talk means. When I let go of the T key, the other players can't hear me. When you're on a squad of 4 people, all 4 people can talk over their microphones if they have them. Now most people just leave their mics on all the time. So you join a team with 3 other kids. One kid's got his mother yelling at him. The other kid's got a baby crying in the background. The next kid is breaking dishes or something. And there's all this racket going on. So I leave mine pushed to talk. If I'm not holding down the T key, they can't hear what's going on in my room. If there's a car outside honking, they don't hear that unless I have the T key pressed. And for the purposes of this video, I turned the voice chat off because I don't want to hear all those kids in my video. It's like here you see my video cards also handling some of the media that isn't video. And that's more or less what that's all about. And we're just going to go back to the lobby. Like I said, that one thing that shows you which key presses you need to use is really the most important. Now these are the different modes you can play for free. All these ones, the only one that's free is they're all free except for the one you got to pay for at the beginning, which I never tried because I never paid for anything. Okay, now here's the squads mode. The squad mode has 25 groups of 4 people. That's 100 people. All the games are 100 people. Okay, now all of these 4 people can talk to each other. And if you get in a fight and you're fighting 4 other people, bullets are flying everywhere. But you don't have to worry about it. Your bullets won't hurt your teammates. Although if you're using something like an explosive, that will. And if you're using something like an explosive, you can kill yourself. Okay, duo, that's 50 groups of 2. And it's the same thing. These 2 people can communicate with each other over their microphones. And solo is you play by yourself. There's nobody to talk to. Last man standing wins. And that's the end of it. Now we're going to try the playground mode. The playground mode is more of a practice mode. It's going to team us up with 3 other people. And it's like, that's why we turned the chat off. We don't want all them people talking on our video and everything. So we're going to go ahead and accept this playground mode, because that's what we're going to play in. You see up here, here's my frames per second. You can add friends up there. You know, that's all another video. For right now, we're just going to get going. So we're going to hit play. Now it's going to do the matchmaking. This is a lot of loading. This game does a lot of loading, especially if you get killed quick. Because it loads the lobby, then it matchmakes, then it loads, then it plays the game, you get killed right away. Then it loads back in the lobby, you select the game, then it matchmakes and loads again. So you spend a lot of time. Now this is just an area where everybody's gathered. Nobody can hurt anybody else in this. For 2 seconds. Now the game starts. We're going to hit M for map. Now we jump off of this bus, and this is how the bus is going to travel across the island. We have this little marker here, and I'm going to put it up on this hill. Take the map away. Remember that was a blue marker, and there it is. Okay, space bar to jump. You want to hit the equals plus key to make him move as fast as he can. When you're walking, this is sprint. You can crouch, walk, and sprint, and they're all 3 different speeds. If you're sprinting in walk mode, you make a lot of noise, so people can hear you from coming far away. Now, if you crouch and you're just walking regular, you don't make much noise, but you don't go very fast either. So it's like you can get a lot closer to the person. Now, I'm not going to make it, so I'm going to hit for my shoot to come out. And he's not going to go any faster, but he's going to come down slower, which makes him go farther. And we want to go right up to this Easter Island head, and we see those chests there. And the name of the game, when you're really playing, is Get a Weapon Fast. Okay, you don't have time to do all this stuff and look at the chests and walk around and see what you missed. Okay, now you gotta hold this E key down till it opens. And that's more or less the same for everything. You hold the E key down till it opens. Then you can walk around and pick the stuff up. Okay, now we're full of stuff. We can't pick up this shield. We don't have any shields, so we want it. So what we're going to do is change it with item 4, and we do that by pressing the 4. That puts it in his hands. Then we press the E to swap it. Now we have it. Now we not only have it, but it's in our hand. See, it's 4. If we had the gun in our hand, we could switch to it by pressing the 4 key. Okay, now we're going to use it with the left mouse button. And you'll see this will build up his shields to 50%, but you have to stand there the whole 10 seconds, you know, while people are shooting at you. Okay, now, like I said, we used it right up, and then we picked that other thing right back up, because we just used it. Okay, now I'm going to walk around with these Easter Island heads. There's often a rift nearby. And it's not really that I want to use a rift specifically, but I thought if we could find one, I could show you how they work. And they're good for getting around, but I don't see one here. I don't see no rifts. Alright, so we're just going to continue on out of here. Now you see we got wood and brick and metal things over on the right hand side. Those are our materials. The players call them mats for short. And to get more materials we can harvest stuff. We press F to get our hatchet out, our axe out. Left mouse button to strike it. And as you'll see, the stone gives us bricks, stone bricks. And we've reached 999 because there's a lot in that tiki, or that Easter Island head. I call them tikis. So we can't hold any more. We can't pick up any more brick. So it won't do us any good to harvest brick. Okay, now we're going to look around, see what's going on. Now we need to get down from here. And there may be an easy way to walk around. It's like I don't know this place real well, although I have walked around quite a bit. And I can see that it looks like there's no place to just walk off of this mountain. But we can see by our map on the top right hand corner that there's an outcropping here. It's not much of one. But anyway, we need to get down. So what we're going to do is we're going to build something. This is the first. I'm going to show you how to build something. Now, what we want to build is a floor. So we press an X. See, now there's the floor. We want to point straight down, because we're going to walk off of this thing. See, now I built it with the left mouse button. Now if I walk off real easy, see, I stay there, and it didn't really damage me. I want to point down. I fall off of it, hit the button, it makes another one and stops me from falling too far and hurting myself. Okay, but you got to be close enough to that wall. See where I'm building this floor, it's blue, that means I can build it there. Now this one's red, it's not connected to anything, so I can't build that there. It needs to be connected to something. You see all these different places. Now it's connected to that wall. I can make it there. Not that I wanted to, but I just wanted to show you. If I hit the button here, nothing happens. It's red. It's not connected to anything. We can't build there. So we're going to walk. So now that we got that out, we got our plans in our hand, which is a really stupid way to walk around, because this thing's going to be in your face all the time. So really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my weapon. You can do that while you're walking by hitting key 1. Now I can get 2, which is the same weapon, does me no good. Or I can hit 3. And as you can see, I can change my weapons as I walk along. Now as we're walking along here, when you come to things, they usually have stuff, especially buildings. Now you can hold a lot of bullets. I'm not sure how many. We already have our 5 slots full, so we can't pick up no more guns. Okay, now here's a mushroom. Now you can eat that. Eat it, consume it. And as you can see, that gave me a little bit of health. Okay, we'll walk over to this other one. And now, if you play like this in the game, you're dead. Like the people that play this game just kind of walk along and hit the E and eat it almost while they're moving. Only I can't do that. You see, now eventually you can build up to 100% by just eating these mushrooms. But of course it takes forever. Okay, what I want to do now is find a few more interesting guns to fire. When you first start, hear that noise, that means there's a chest. Hear it as I look at, so it's in the front of this truck. Okay, so we walk around, we see the glow, we jump up in the truck by hitting the space key. Then you hold the E key down. Now we can't pick up that juice because we already got our 5 slots full, and we can't pick up this uncommon suppressed machine gun because our slots are full. But we only have 20 medals. And this is 20, so this will give us 40 metal. See, now we have 40. And there are 72 light bullets here. Now, I'm not sure how many bullets you can hold, but you can hold a lot. I don't think I ever reached my limit of bullets. Okay, now what you want to do in your first few games is to come to this playground thing. The first few games I played the regular game because I didn't even know this was here. And it's like this one gives you a chance. There's stuff all over the place. Okay, you see I was holding my W key down to make him walk. Now I'm going to hit the plus key and he's just going to walk. I'm not holding anything now. And the game's indicating that, which can be bad because you can walk right off a cliff or something when you got this. To stop him, you got to hit that plus key again or the W. Now we see there's another one in here. You'll often find them in here. But you're not going to get, there's a double-barreled shotgun that's epic. Okay, I'm going to trade for that. Just to show you how, now there's metal, we can pick that up. Can't get no more weapons. Shotgun shells, we can pick them up. But our weapons is full, we can't pick them up. Now there's somebody around. Hopefully it's not somebody that's going to want to fight. But you'll see this epic shotgun. Again, we're going to back to our tab and look at our stuff. Purple is epic. Now gold is legendary. That's the best. Silver is common. That's the least effective weapons. Green is uncommon. And there's also a blue that's rare. And it's like that's got to do with the effectiveness of the weapons. So we're going to hit our plus key again. I just want to find some guns to show you how they shoot. Because each gun shoots different. It loads different. Each gun might shoot 20 rounds and then it takes a long time to reload. Some of them only shoot 1 round at a time, then you got to reload. So all the guns are different. And you get some heavy duty things like rocket launchers. Now it's like obviously if you're walking around and you got a rocket launcher and you see somebody, that's probably not the ideal weapon. You know, if you get real close you want to have something like a shotgun. I never mess with the shotguns because by the time I get close I'm dead. But anyway, we'll see here that this shotgun, so you aim with your, if you want to aim, you hit the right mouse button and the aim thing goes down. See how you kind of aim. And the left mouse button. Now I'm holding the button down. It doesn't do any good whatsoever. You got to let it up. When you press it again, he's got to reload. And it shoots. This gun's slow. You know, you got 2 shells. Now he's got to reload again, and you can see it took 6 shots to take that truck out. Now when you shoot at something, now you got to be standing still to reload. You can't do that while you're running. Okay, now we're going to shoot at this wall. You see that green label on the right that comes up when I shoot it? That tells me about the wall. The wall, when brand new, can withstand 300 damage. But every time I hit it, see the number on the far tells you its current thing. So as I hit it, you'll go all the way down to 0. And this is about as fast as you can. When it finally gets down to 0, it disappears. Okay, now this one's showing the graph for the one behind us. And it's like you can shoot just about anything down. We don't have enough ammo. We're out of ammo with the shotguns. I don't really like shotguns. We're going to drop this so I can show you how. You go to your inventory, select it, hit drop, then the tab key again to get back out of it. If you take too long to do that in the game, again, you're dead. And that's all there is to it. We'll get the guy on automatic walk again. Let's see if we can find some interesting guns. Looks like there's usually stuff all over the place in this playground mode. Now here we're going to fall a little. That didn't hurt us. And now we're in the forest. We're walking along with nothing in our hands. We really should have something. So I'm going to press that 1 key and get a gun. Or you can press the F key and get your harvest tool. Now what you can do is, see, I have no wood. I got to hit the W key to stop. Now watch how much wood I get from this tree. Holding the left button down, he's going to town. I got 530 woods out of that one tree. That's half of what I can carry. Now, a lot of the people that are really good at this game don't like to do that. They don't like to take it all from one tree. And I'll show you why. Once you take the tree, see it fall, everybody around for miles around can see that tree fall. So what they do is when they're walking around, they do this. And they get a little from that tree. Then they move on and they'll get a little from the next tree. And that way, people can hear it, but when that tree falls, people from miles and miles around can see that tree fall, so they know somebody's there. And when they know somebody's there, they're coming for you. Most of these guys want to find trouble so they can get somebody to eliminate. Which in fact is the name of the game. Now just like I said, most of this stuff, you can harvest it as you go through. And just shoot at it so you can walk through without a whole lot of trouble. Now when you get to these buildings, that's usually where the best stuff is. Again, we heard this chest. You get as close as you can and hold the key down. And that way a lot of the stuff will go right in your bag. You won't have to walk over it. Like, let's see if it works with this thing here. I want to get real close to it. And hit the E. See, and everything, I didn't have to walk around to pick this stuff up. It just went right into me. Now this thing here, this is a shield potion. And we're going to use that right now. As you can see, our blue line is shields. We're at 65. So we're going to hit the 4 key. And, whoops, I didn't want to do that, but that's okay. We can use that. And we use that, and now it's going, so we can pick that up. Now we hit the 4 key again. That puts it in his hand. We hit the left mouse button for him to use it. And that's going to build his shields up to 100%. Now that first thing we took was health. And that goes up gradually when you drink that little bottle thing. Okay, now like I said, most of the good stuff is in buildings. So that's about all that I found in this building. That we want to, there's another chest around. Did you hear it? I really don't want to mess with it. And you can find your way out of this maze, or you can just beat your way out of it, which is usually what I do. See, and he'll just walk through. Now you can get medals from vehicles, but it'll blow its horn as you're getting the medals, and people all around will hear it. See, people hear that everywhere. So it's like a lot of the people that know how to play usually don't harvest cars for metal because it makes too much noise. They don't want to be located. Okay, now here we have a llama. Llamas have a lot of good stuff. Hopefully we'll get some decent weapon so we can see how they work. Okay, now this is the same thing. You hold the E key down. It takes forever to open a llama. See, now we got a chug-a-lug. We can't use that because that fills you up with both health and shields. And we can't use the shield potion because it's all full. And we can't pick it up because we already got all 5 slots. Now there's a launch pad. That'll get picked up because you can hold a lot of them. In bullets, you hold a lot of them. There's brick. We got 999 brick already, so we can't pick that up. But there's a track. And we can pick that up, and we can pick up these bullets. I'm not sure how many of those you can hold. You can hold a lot. So we're going to go down here and get what's ever in that chest. We haven't gotten any interesting weapons yet. Okay, now here's our first interesting thing that I don't want to use quite yet. And this is a bush. And this makes your man be a bush. Now I got 2 of these weapons over here. We're going to swap it with weapon 3. I can't hold it because I already got 5 things. Okay, and we left that submachine gun down. The other stuff we can't pick up. So we can't use it. Okay, now you can jump over this stuff where I could have hit it with my axe and harvested it. And right now we're really just looking around for interesting stuff. In this game, your stuff is called your loot. And if somebody kills you, all your loot just spills out on the ground, then they loot you. And they get all your loot after they kill you. So everything you had, once they kill you, they're going to get it. And it's the same thing when you kill somebody. You got to go right where you killed them at, and that's where all his loot will be. No, I don't really see anything more interesting around here. Okay, now you can fall 3 stories without any damage. I'm not sure about here. I don't know if this is 3 stories or not. Here's another machine. Now this is a gold machine. See, it's gold. Let's see if it has anything interesting in it. Yes and no. Now you see this is a compact SMG legendary. This is the weapon of choice. This is the weapon you want. Okay, you can't pick it up because we already got 5 things, but we're going to trade it for this stupid gun. Okay, now we got this legendary gun that's really what you want. This is a barrel gun. These are all going to be legendary in this because it's a yellow machine. It's going to cost a lot. You got to have the resources to buy it. If you want the things to change faster, you can do it with your pick. And I just wanted to get that barrel gun. Okay, that's a legendary grenade launcher. And we don't really have much left to trade this for. I guess we're going to trade it for that health because they're around. And the reason I want to pick this up is to show you how it works. Now legendary, see how it was gold? Those are the most effective weapons. Let's see if there's something around. Okay, I guess we can just hit the building. See, there's a chest in there. Or, it's one of those gulps. It's a big gulp. You drink that, takes 15 seconds. You got to stand in the same spot for 15 seconds to drink it. And it fills up your health and your shields. But you got to stand there. If after 10 seconds somebody attacks you and you move, it puts it back in your inventory and you don't get nothing. So you got to find a nice place where you can sit for 15 seconds and drink it. Okay, so now we're going to try the grenade launcher. We're going to press 4. See, that put it in his hand. Okay, the right mouse button will aim it. The left will fire. Now you don't have to aim it. That's just if you want a precise aim to see where it's going to go. And as you see, this holds 6. See the numbers down by his leg? It holds 6 and I have 10. Okay, so we're going to shoot off 6. One at a time. Holding the key down isn't going to do you any good. Now I'm holding the key down and he just stops. That's it. You got to press it 6 times to get the 6 things. Now, if you shoot something close, see, it bounces off. So, one of those things. You know, I could theoretically maybe get this. Now, these machines don't go away. They're part of the game. They're one of the things you can't harvest. You can hit this as many times as you want. It's not going away. So back to our grenade launcher. We have 10 left. We reload it. If we shoot that rock, it's just going to bounce off. But, well, we'll shoot the building again just to show you how it works. And that's what you got to do. You got to walk around in this playground mode and get different guns and see how they shoot. Some will shoot 30 real fast. Some will only shoot 1 at a time. And in between, you got to reload each one. Okay, I aimed it down to shoot. See, it fell down, bounced off, fell down. Shoot it through the doorway into the other room. And it's like if you stand here with enough of these long enough, you can blow the whole house down. Okay. Now to reload, you hit either R or you hit the left mouse button again. Okay, we shut off all our ammo. We have no ammo left for that. Okay, now I'm just real quick, I'm going to show you how to drop stuff. Hit tab for your inventory. Select the thing and just tell it to drop and hit that tab to re-enter the game. Now in the real game, if you take a while to do that, you're dead. They're just going to kill you. Now I can pick something up again because I dropped that down. See, I only have 4 squares finished. So I'll pick this up. And that was kind of stupid because this is much better. So we'll select the 4, put that in his hand, then E to swap it. So we dropped that shield potion and picked up the chug-a-lug. You see here, a chug-jug. And this gives you full health and shield when you drink it. But it takes 15 seconds. See, I'm drinking it. You can only hold 1 in each slot. It takes 15 seconds. Now, if I move, it stops. You know, so, and I didn't gain anything. So, I have to stand still for the 15 seconds for it to work. So that gives your opponents 15 seconds to just walk up and shoot you. So you got to make sure you're real secure when you do that. Okay, now we're full of everything. Okay, we're walking around. We want to have a gun or something in our hands other than the shield potion. That ain't, or bandages. That's not going to help you at all if somebody comes walking along. Not that it matters here. Okay, we're just walking back through the woods that we walked through. Here's more mushrooms. Won't do us any good to eat them right now. I don't even think it'll let us eat them right now because we're already full of stuff. Can't pick up no brick. Got 1 gun. Okay, we can swap that 1 gun for another chug-jug, but we don't really need it right now. We can't use any bricks. Okay, now this is a stink bomb. I'll swap it for my number just to show you how it works. We got 3 stink bombs here. Okay, now I'm going to lay down a barrier. Now anybody walking through this stink stuff is going to get hurt. See how I get hurt? I got to get out of that stink stuff before it kills me. Okay, now I can pick this up again because I got an empty slot. Well, I had an empty slot. I got to press the 1 and pick up, swap it for the chug-jug. It's in my hand. I'm going to use it again right now. I don't know why, just to finish up my health. I'm only missing 30 health. You might want to save it for later if you're actually playing the game. But again, you got to stand still the 15 seconds. Okay, now we got an empty slot. Okay, now here you hit tab. Now what you want to do is put your best gun in slot 1. And however it goes after that. And that way when you're, whoops, I didn't mean to drop that. I meant to go back, which is just as well. I don't really want that gun. As soon as I walk, I'll pick it up anyway. No, I won't. Okay, now when I'm walking around, to pick up my favorite gun, I just hit the 1 key. I don't have to look and see which gun I want and all that stuff. Now right now when we're full, it won't let us eat this stuff. See, shield is already full, so I can't eat a mushroom. Mushrooms will give you shields. In some places you'll run into tomatoes. Those will give you health, and you eat them the same way. Here's another chest. Hold the E key down. That didn't really give us anything. We got some impulse grenades. Impulse grenades don't really destroy anything but the people. Okay, we'll select 2 to use that. Left mouse button to fire. And there's the impulse. Now, if there was somebody near that impulse, it would hurt them. And if they were right in them, it would kill them. Okay. Now we use the bush. And that was the bush I was telling you about. Now you're a bush. You look just like a bush. Okay, you get your gun out. You're still a bush. You can crouch. Makes you a low bush. Or hit the control key again and uncrouch. And we can walk around as a bush now. It's like a lot of the good players don't even mess with this. I do it from time to time because it's a good way to hide. Now, obviously, in some of the places, like inside a city, a bush is not going to grow in the middle of the street, so it's not that good there. But there's a couple places around where there's a lot of bushes around that look like this bush, and if you can get in them with something like a sniper rifle, you can snipe at people and they'll have a real hard time figuring out where they're at. Okay. Let me hold this fast guy down so he'll just walk. I'm getting tired. See, now you crouch, you walk slower, but it's quieter. Okay, I don't really see no other games and I don't want to draw this out. But the object here was to walk around and pick up interesting guns. But we never found any of the more interesting ones. There's rocket launchers, guided rocket launchers, and they're usually easier to find. Now here we got another one of these grappling things. Okay, I should just pick that up. And this sucks on the things. You select it by selecting its number. See, it's 3, and here I select it. I aim it at something, fire. It sticks to the thing and pulls me to it. Now, it's like you have to understand how weird this game is to see how this would be an advantage. But it is. It's like you can get around real quick with this. See, I went right up on that building. I want to get real close to this when I open it up, so the closer I am, the less I'm... See, everything in that box just went right to me. I didn't have to walk around to pick it up. Here's some more shells. You can just about always pick them up. And you can see how you can get around with this. Here's another chest. Walk up. I get as close as I can so I don't have to walk around so much to get the stuff. Although you'll see this one shot it out quite a bit. Okay, we did get a boogie bomb. We'll swap to the boogie bomb. And I'll show you how that works. Left button to fire. Now that made that noise. Now if there was an enemy there, that enemy would dance for I think 5 seconds. So you have 5 seconds where you can just shoot him. He can't do nothing but dance. That's why they call it a boogie bomb. Okay, now again there's all this stuff to harvest, different things. Alright. 3 was the boogie bomb. Shoot that last one off so in case I find something else. But it's like I'm pretty much done walking around. We walked around an awful lot. We're not finding anything. Here's a golf cart. To drive, you hit E. Okay, once you're in there, you use your cursor keys to drive it. Now the advantage of this is that you can get around places quick, but you run into stuff from time to time. You see, and it's kind of dumb, although you can destroy it. Like I hit a tree, it should kill the tree. See, the tree's gone. And if you do that enough, it'll happen to the cart. But these carts are, the thing they're good for is getting you around fast. The thing they're bad for is they're noisy. So people can hear you coming from a long ways. Okay, I let go of the key E to get out. And I'm going to walk over to this balloon and get its stuff. Now this is the last one I'm going to look at. Okay, now we got a sniper weapon. At least we got some cool thing to check out. And being a bush is really good to have one of these sniper weapons. And I'm going to show you why. Now there are no bushes that look like the bush I am around. So it's a little harder to hide here. But what you want to do kind of is you want to find bushes that look like you and then stand next to them. The guy will have to shoot them all. You know? You can crouch, that gets you down low. And you can shoot at people, they don't know what's going on. So we're going to try that new scoped weapon, and that's in slot 3. So we press 3 and that's our weapon. Now to aim with this gun, we push the right mouse button and you see we get crosshairs. Now this gun is extremely accurate. Now watch, that bullet's going to fire right where the cross is. And that far away, one shot got rid of that rock. This is an extremely powerful gun. And it's legendary. It's the gold one. It's as good as they come. And you see that it has 157 damage. Okay, now if you hit somebody in the head with this, it's going to kill them. You know, you're going to need, if you hit them in the body, it might not kill them, but if you hit them in the head, it's going to kill them. Okay, again in the game, you don't want to stand there looking at your inventory because somebody's going to come along and kill you. But this combination of a bush and a sniper weapon, because you could sit a long ways off, he'll look all over the place. And like I don't see any right here, but in different places, see here's one. Is that one? Yeah, here's a bush that looks just like me. So I could sit next to this bush. And he's not going to know where I'm at. You know, I get my scoped weapon out, point it. And this is good for a long distance. Most guns don't go that far. Okay, you only get one shot at a time with this one. Okay, see that one shot at that distance knocked that bullet. Now you'll see my 0 there. I have 83 bullets, but 0 in the gun. I have to reload. To reload, you press R or the left mouse button, which is the fire button. And then the next time you hit it, it'll fire. Now between this number 3 gun and number 1 gun, those are like the guns you want to get. You see they're gold. Let me drop that gun. Go back. And you'll see it's glowing gold. And those are legendary, and those are the guns you want. Now we'll go back to our inventory. This is the least effective, and it's common. Then we have Epic. Epic is the second best, and it's purple. Then we have green. They're uncommon. This is common. This is uncommon. The green's a little better. Then you got a blue that's called rare, and that's better than the uncommon. So you need to remember all that stuff. And up here it shows that we have a bouncy pad, a trap. Well, we have 3 bouncy pads, 1 trap, and 2 launch pads. Okay, we're going to get back out of that because we just don't want it no more. Okay, I don't know what else to tell you, but we'll hit this number 4 thing. And we'll fire the gun. See how fast that gun fires? Now we have to reload it. You can hold the mouse button down and it fires. The same thing with the one gun. It holds 40. And it's a gold gun. It's extremely effective. So it's like the number 1 gun is for close distances. That's what you want for a close firefight. Now from far away, if you want to snipe them, you need that number 3 gun. And they also have one that's thermal. When you look through it, the people glow. And that makes it even easier. And they also have another one that's a semi-auto. And I think it holds 7 shots, so you can shoot 7 shots at a time. Now with this gun, you can only shoot 1 at a time, then you have to reload. But like I said, it's extremely effective. But, you know, shooting the person the first time is not that easy. And we see we got another chest. We jump up in here. We're going to get it. We have our stupid walking man on. So he's just still trying to walk, even though he's stuck in his damn truck. Nothing here that we don't already have. We got bullets. Now, if you can't walk on them, you can just push the E key when the thing is highlighted, and it'll pick them up. But sometimes you can't exactly walk to the place where you want to be. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the guns. We didn't get a whole lot of the better guns. There's a guided missile, that's fun. Here's a burnout campfire, a pistol. Again, I don't really like the pistols. You have to get close for them to be effective, and to get close, they usually kill me first. Okay, now at this point, we want to walk around so we can get to a place where we can figure out how to do a basic build. Because those are your 2 objectives, to kill people and to build shields so they can't kill you. So you want to pick up as many guns as you can. This game lasts about an hour. And just try shooting them off and see how effective they are to different things. Okay, now we got a lot of materials. We don't have that much metal, but we got a lot of wood and we got a lot of brick. So I think the thing to do here, let me just look around real quick to see if there's anything around here that looks interesting, and I don't see anything. There's a balloon way over there. And I just wanted to get some interesting weapons to show you how they fire. But as you can see, that didn't work out too good. Again, I don't really like shotguns. Gotta get close. And for me to get close, I'm just gonna die. Everything's brick, and I have as many bricks as I can carry. Now here's a cart. You get behind the cart, E to drive it. Now you drive this more or less the same way you drove the go-kart. Now, the shopping carts get you around fast also. And it gives you a certain amount of immunity to damage. And I ain't even going to bother with that because we're more or less done now. And you'll see when I'm going downhill, hit the space bar, he jumps on the cart, and now we're flying along. But you can only do that downhill. Uphill or on the level, you need to hold the W key down, or again, no, the equals key don't work for this. Okay. I wanted to find a cliff to drive this cart off of. And to show you that you can fall off cliffs okay, as long as you got the cart. I don't know, there are no cliffs around here, except for this one. And it's not very far, but it's enough to show you. So we're going to fall down this cliff. Now that would really hurt you if you didn't have the cart, but we had the cart, so. And you can right up the cart by hitting E, and then drive it more after that if you want to. But I just wanted to show you how the cart works. Might as well get this balloon and see if there's anything good in it. Okay, now a lot of these things, the guys that are good at it, they shoot it if they walk up to it. And that way they don't have to hold the button for a long time. Okay, we got another heavy sniper rifle. And we got remote explosives. We're going to trade for that and pick them up. And again, I'm just going to show you how they work. Okay, let's say we have this gun in our hand. So we want to go to number 4. That's the explosives. Okay. Now the right button, the left button, throws them. See, he's throwing them out. See, there they are on the ground now. You can see them. Now when I hit the right mouse button, they're going to explode. And you don't want to be around them because it'll kill you too. See, and there we go. We exploded all that stuff. Now, as you can see, here's an equal cliff. Now, you can fall 3 stories. Any more than 3 stories and you get damage. If you fall from like 6 stories, you're dead. You just die when you hit the bottom. And that's all there is to it. So, that's more or less all I want to do right here, because we didn't find very much interesting stuff. So you just want to walk around, find all this stuff, play with it, see how it goes. Some guns are less effective. See, now that one wasn't too far, so I didn't sustain any damage. Okay, now the last thing we're going to want to go over is building. Now you see the Z, X, C, V, and Y keys and their associated products over on the right hand side. So we're going to start out with the C, and that's a ramp. Now there's the whole ramp. Now the left button will build it. We'll go over here to another one. And the right button changes what it's made of. That's metal. That'll make a metal one. This is wood, and that's brick. Okay. The left mouse button makes it, and you can see it's forming. Okay, so we just made something there. We made a simple ramp. Now turbo building is we keep it in ramp, we hold the button down, the left mouse button that builds stuff, and we just walk as fast as we can, and it'll just keep making ramps. Now you can only walk so far up on this, because eventually there's a ceiling in the game. And this is a very simple ramp. You just hold down the W key and the left mouse button. If you make a mistake, you fall off and die in the game. And here you get respawned, but you actually, so we're going to hit the X key. See, that gave us a floor. Left mouse button to build the floor, and we're going to get up on it. So now we're going to try some of that special stuff. See now, this is the same deal as building. See, the left mouse button builds it. The right button switches between. There's a trap. That would build a trap. This would build a bouncy pad. And this builds what we just built. Now we got high for a reason. This is going to shoot us up in the air. So what we want to do is get on it, go up in the air, hit the space bar, that puts our shootout, and the plus key makes us move fast, and we can get some distance this way. See, there's the thing we built. And there's a rift. We can go into that rift. With the same thing. Now that was the rift I was telling you about. And we can use that, although I got my thing walking now, so it's not going to work out. Now I hit the W key and turned it off. I thought there was another rift here. You know, if you change angles, you might not be able to see it. But I want to get back to this strange thing we built. Now I could go up and use it again and come back down and get into the rift. But mostly what I want to show you here is we got this long complex thing. Now in a game you don't really want to build anything like this. Select the done. Now we're going to shoot out the bottom one, and when we do that, see, that's it. That's all they had to do. Now if you were up on top of that, you'd fall to your death, and that's the end of the game. So it's like you need to anchor these ramps to a lot of different things. What some people like to do is we'll select the ramp again, and we'll make it, and then we'll make a second one right next to it. Now this is a double ramp. You know, when you get good at this, you can make this about as quick as you can walk. But I can't. And you do it the same way. You hold the mouse button down. Now you see when you're down here, when the person goes to shoot this out, use one, get our gun. So he shot one out, but he has to shoot out too. So he has to shoot out twice as much stuff to get rid of this. Although, as you can see, it does happen. Okay, now, it's like another thing that I wanted to show you is like just a basic structure. Okay, we're going to select Z for a wall. And as you can see, if you do this with your plans out, the wall appears in front of you, which makes it hard to walk. So you really want to be holding your weapon. I made that too far away. Okay, now I made 4 walls. Now if I wanted to sit somewhere for 15 seconds, this might be where I do it. See, I got these 4 walls. Now the bad thing about this is it looks like you're secure. But as you can see, that many bullets to shoot. So if you're standing behind that wall there, and I shoot 8 or 10 shots, you're dead. I mean, assuming you're not moving. But anyway, that's the basic square structure. And we'll go back to the Z key so we can build more of them. And we'll make our square. Again, I made it too far away. Now there's a little room under there. You can fill that gap if you want. Okay, now this gives you a little protection. And if you're worried about somebody coming in from the top, you can hit the V. See, the V is a roof. Put it up there, hit the button, now you got a roof. So now you can take your 15 seconds and drink your thing or whatever it is. And the last thing about building that I wanted to show you is editing. Now we're in this thing, we can't get out. We hit G to edit, we edit this, and we hit G again, now we got a door. We can just walk out through the door. Turn around, we hit G to edit it again. You take them 2 pieces out, hit G to settle it again, and now we got the doors gone. I don't want to go get that. Another thing you can do is edit for the door, that's G, and then I selected the 2, hit G again. Now I can walk in, I got to jump up over this ledge, which is really hard. Okay, now E will shut the door. I didn't need to, but now I'm going to edit it again. And I'm going to edit out everything but that middle square. And now I got a window. Let me get a gun, one. And we'll walk up to the window. And you can see I can shoot out of the window. Now, likewise, somebody could shoot a rocket right in through that window and you're a dead man. Okay, now that's more or less the basics of how you build stuff. We're going to build another door and get out of this. You have to do that a few times to get used to it. The good players build all this stuff almost instantly. They can do it as they walk. They build doors and windows to shoot out of. They edit a window, shoot you through the window, then edit it again and take the window away so you can't shoot them. All as fast as you can think. So it takes a lot of practice to really get this going. Okay, we're going to hit Z again. And we're going to build that square thing again for defense. Now this time we're going to hit C. And you see we got that ramp here. Now when you're building these things, R shifts the way it changes. See what I'm doing with the R key? Now I want this one this way and I'm going to build it. But I want to jump up in the air so I'll be on top of it. See, now I'm on top of it. So I can walk up, get my gun, peek out. Fire the gun, then slip back down inside while I reload. See, it's like you can walk around side to side, A and D, side to side, W and S back and forth, and you can like peek out and then go back in. It just makes you harder to hit. And this is like real basic stuff. This is like the real basic shelter thing that you can shoot out of. And there's the other basic thing that we built with the roof on top. The only other thing that I can mention here is we go back into our inventory and drop this gun. Now maybe we can't hold this gun, but we want it. We want to keep it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the V key. And we're going to walk up to it. Hopefully. And we built this V thing, but it didn't do us any good. Because it didn't actually cover the gun. Okay, now nobody, it's like you could fill it in with walls. And it's like now I know where the gun is, but other people can't see it. So it's like if it's in the right place, you can just put down the pyramid and it'll cover the stuff over. You can come back if you want for it later. Okay, that's pretty much everything I can tell you about first getting in. Collect guns, see how they shoot, collect materials, see how the build works, collect those special things, see how they work, and just play with it for a while. Escape gives us that. We're going to leave the match. Are you sure you want to leave? Yeah, well, I'm sure. And now we're going to go back to the lobby. And like I said, this game loads a lot. So it's like we're going to load in the stuff to the lobby. And it's like that's pretty much all you really need to know to get going. Okay. Now on the next video, we'll get more into this, and maybe we'll even play a solo game. That video will be much quicker, because I die quick when I'm actually in the game. I die pretty damn quick. Okay, so just play the game, go into the playground, get guns and materials, and play with them, fire them, and see how long they fire, how far away you got to be to use them, how many bullets you can fire before you have to reload. And it's like all this comes into play when you're actually in the game. So play the game, get some practice, and stay tuned for the next video that'll get a little bit more intense than this one. Give you a little more information than just the basic stuff. So have fun and keep playing.